Sige.
Good day, everyone. I'm Joselito Irivere, together with Ruben Valdez, and we are going to present the history of success of the company Airbnb.
But first, let's get to know who are the CEOs of this company. First up is Brian Chesky. Well, Brian Chesky is the co-founder and CEO of the Airbnb and sets the vision and strategy for the company. In 2007, Brian and Joe Gebbia became Airbnb's first host. Since then, Brian has overseen Airbnb's growth to become a community of over 4 million hosts who have welcomed more than 800 million guests across 220 countries and regions. A graduate of the Rhode Island School of Design, Brian has embedded his creative roots in Airbnb's culture, product, and community. This design driven approach has enabled a system of trust that allows strangers to live together and created a unique business model that facilitates connection and belonging. Brian is a signatory to the Giving Pledge and has committed to donating the net proceeds of his CEO equity compensation to the community and philanthropic and even charitable causes. Originally from Niskayuna, New York, Brian is an Airbnb experience host in San Francisco.
So next up is Nathan Bletcherzik. Nate Bletcherzik is the co-founder of Airbnb, chief strategy officer, and chairman of Airbnb China. Nate plays a leading role in driving key strategic initiatives across the global business, particularly those which require a combined understanding of the business, product, and data. Recently, he oversaw the creation of the Airbnb City Portal, an industry-first software solution that addresses the oversaw the creation and deed of sites relating to the short-term rentals. Previously, Nate oversaw the creation of Airbnb's engineering, data science, payments, and performance marketing teams. Nate holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science from Harvard University. And as a guest, Nate has stayed in hundreds of homes using Airbnb and is also a host in San Francisco, where he lives with his family. Nate and his wife Elizabeth are signatories to the Giving Pledge.
And for the last, Joe Gebbia. Joe Gebbia co-founded peer-to-peer room and home rental company Airbnb with Ryan Chesky and Nathan Blater-Sick in 2008. Gebbia and Chesky met as students at the Rhode Island School of Design, where he now sits on the board of trustees. Early life, Joe Gebbia was born August 21, 1981 in Atlanta, Georgia, the son of Eileen and Joe Gebbia of Italian ancestors. He grew up in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and has one sister named Kimberly.
So, how did they start? First up is Brian Chesky. Chesky started his journey as a business visionary during his school days when he used to run a hockey group. At the point when his hockey group was dropped without a second to spare, he and his colleagues started remaking their group. They changed the group and brought another mascot as the group's logo, which assisted with renewing it. On a comparative note, he understood Airbnb in 2007 when he confronted a few monetary troubles. Chesky and his flatmates required the cash, so they chose to, to lease their condo. At last, this prompted this introduction of Airbnb, which developed steadily and offered better chances to explorers searching for a spot to remain. There are many explanations behind this prosperity, and one of the main reasons is the way that he gave more significance to his clients and the administrations required as opposed to the thoughts of the designers.
Nathan Blacher-Sick, on the other hand, Nathan turned into an entrepreneur in his childhood, maintaining a business while he was in high school that offered to clients in excess of 20 countries. He procured a degree in software engineering from Harvard College and stood firm on a few designing footings before helping to establish Airbnb. As a visitor, Nathan has remained in many homes utilizing Airbnb, and he is likewise a host in San Francisco, where he resides with his loved ones.
So lastly is Joe Gebbia. Joe started his life as an artist and moved on the Rhode Island School of Plan or RISD, where he finished double degrees in graphic design and industrial design, and right now serves on the RISD Board of Trustees. Joe is an Airbnb org host and signatory to the Giving Pledge prior to Airbnb. Joe was employed by Chronicle Books co-founded Eco. led a green design website, and developed several consumer products, including Crit Buns, a product featured in the Copper Hewitt Design Triennial.
So, what were the highs and lows and challenges of their journey? In 2008, in excess of 15 financial backers dismissed them by and large, and their companions encouraged them to search for different choices. The triplets spent the initial 3 months of the year 2009 at Y Combinator. However, neglected to persuade financial backers out of the chance of transforming this into a productive business. It was a troublesome time for the organization as week after week incomes were stuck at $200 and there was almost zero ability to see no development and money heading out to its maximum.
So, what specific innovation did they introduce? Airbnb's business strategy was built on providing low cost service to low value consumers. And by utilizing the sharing economy, they generated a new source of revenue for the hosts. This resulted in an increase in both demand and supply for accommodation. They innovate something that has never been done before, in which consumers are able to rent certain places as its lowest possible rates.
And here's the biggest contribution they made. Study finds that Airbnb hosts and guests have major positive effects on city economies. Airbnb, the world's leading marketplace for booking, discovering, and listing unique spaces around the world, today released a study that highlights Airbnb's impact on local economies. The study was conducted by HRNA Advisors, an industry-leading real estate and economic development consulting firm, and demonstrates that Airbnb provides a major economic boost both to its users and the neighborhoods and even cities where they visit and live. HRNA conducts sophisticated economic impact analysis for a wide variety of industries and clients, and even cities around the United States come to HRNA for guidance on fostering strong and sustainable local economies and attracting new sources of economic activity. Drawing on this expertise, HRNA developed a customized approach to quantify the unique impacts of the new kinds of tourism that Airbnb brings to San Francisco.
So, is it still relevant today? Airbnb survived COVID, but the crisis mode in the sharing economy stays. It is still relevant today, but not as much on pre-pandemic. Most people would choose to stay in their respective homes or hotel instead of Airbnb. Based on the information you have gathered and analyzed, what kind of entrepreneurial style?
So, the entrepreneur style we can apply is first up for Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia. I think they are a magician who has innovative ideas that have never been done before and always think outside the box and a big risk taker as well. They are also a merchant as well since before Airbnb took a big hit, they were selling cereals to funds for the startup of Airbnb.
Nathan Bletcherzik, on the other hand, is a mobilizer and magician. He wants to make the world a better place and is someone who always thinks outside of the box as well. He joined with Brian and Joe to change the world.
So, our three takeaways. First one is the lesson that we learned is it is never too late to start. Most youngsters nowadays, including me, always want to rush things at a certain age, want to have millions before 25, and want to have a nice house and cars before 25. But we learned even more that life is not a race, but when an opportunity comes, we must always take action.
Second is always wait for the perfect opportunity and do not rush everything that you are doing. It takes time to be great at something, and we must stay focused on the things that we are building in order to see results.
And don't be discouraged if you get rejected at first. If you truly believe in your goals and visions, keep going. And that is all for our presentation. We hope you guys learned something from us. And thank you and have a great day.